You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area.
This local forecast is brought to you by Homeocan, the natural solution for children during cold and flu season.
For our blind and low vision viewers, the Weather Network offers regional audio description weather reports during our local forecast on the 10s.
If you're just joining us, our Storm Center coverage continues as we track active weather moving towards Atlantic Canada. It's classified as a weather bomb. That's how strong it is. Nicole and Dintlin with you here. We're going to break down not just our top story, but other stories across the country.
Yeah, it's sunshine in Ontario, maybe some unsettled weather down in the southeast prairies. We'll have more details on that, but now we'll jump over to this impressive system extending all the way from Atlantic Canada down into Florida. You see that cold front with those clouds popping up along it.
Yeah, as us meteorologists looking at this are just noting that cool comma that just extends so far. It's very expansive and very powerful, this storm. Let's look at the stats so far. As of 12 p.m. Atlantic time, we saw Sydney pick up already 40 millimeters of rain. Wind gusts for Sable Island 131 kilometers an hour, and our wave heights at 7 meters. And things will just continue along this trajectory, Dylan, as well as the pressure will be dropping.
Yeah, we're keeping a close eye on this. This system could have a chance at potentially getting close to some record-breaking territory. Here's a look at those record November low pressures. St. John's 971.4, and we're getting pretty close to that.
We are. It looks like it'll be about 950 when this bottoms out. So at least breaking an all-time November record probably. Will it break the all-time record for pressure for Newfoundland with this system? Probably not, but we're certainly close, and we're certainly seeing very strong hurricane force winds projected, and also for Sable Island already experienced. We take you to this evening where Trapassi City is projected to get wind gusts up to 130 kilometers an hour. So Dylan, that of course means that we're seeing the potential for power outages, down trees, debris down, etc.
And also, especially along those coastal areas, that's where you get those bigger waves with those strong winds moving ashore, erosion becoming more of a concern. And it's not just a one and done event. It kind of lasts for multiple hours, which adds to it.
It's not a fast mover in and out. It's going to linger into Wednesday. So we covered the wind. Let's talk about the rain, which is going to be pushing across Newfoundland. You seem to be the target. So is Cape Breton with this. And we were talking about how if this was a snowstorm, if it was cold enough for that, we'd be talking about this being a blizzard, but it's mostly rain for our major areas across Newfoundland. 50 to 75 millimeters would be a rainfall total on the high end. So localized flooding, Dylan, is a concern.
Yeah, so even though the umbrella might be handy, you might fly away with this kind of storm. So a bit of a problem where here are those waves. You can see lots of those purples. And even as that storm pushes well offshore, those waves will still be on the higher end, especially around the Avalon.
Yeah, and the timing of these high waves is coinciding with high tide. So that for St. John's is 6:45 p.m. this evening, and for Trepassey that's 6:58 p.m. So coastal erosion, stay away from the shoreline, the whole bit. These are the threats that we're watching, the wind gusts, the power outages, the wave heights, etc. We've been covering it. We'll continue to cover it here throughout the day as our storm center coverage continues. Now let's draw our attention, Dylan, to northwestern Ontario, seeing some rain showers and heavy at times.
Yeah, those clouds are building over, so Fort Frances, Thunder Bay, even Dryden. There's our next system developing that snow spreading into the Nickel Belt for your Wednesday morning. So be prepared. You'll need those layers and then a cool northwesterly flow in behind. And the same goes for Ontario, but it's going to be more of a rain event with the exception of Algonquin.
Yeah, but a cold rain, they get that this time of year, but the snow in the north, the rain in the south, this is when we certainly see the division depending on exactly what your temperatures are on the exact time of the day. Heading into this evening, we're looking at temperatures at 6 degrees for Toronto, 5 for Montreal. But speaking of temperatures, Dylan, they are really cooling down across the north.
Yeah, we're getting a surge of Arctic air blasting southward. That's really cooling things down. Yellowknife this afternoon, only a high of -7. At least the sun is shining.
We're social. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to see our trending content.